Hello everyone, Kelly Kentworth Reset here. Just trying to share some of my past stories in relation to the some of the toxic, abusive, narcissistic connections I've had. Like I mentioned earlier, narcissists do love vulnerable victims because they don't love, they control. I don't know how much more vulnerable I could have been in 2020 when I lost everything. Hell, the past few years, my life was like sad country song. I lost my business. I lost my home. I lost friends. Had to give up my dog to my son. Hell, they even took my nursing license. I went to work front lines. I left a question blank on my 2020 license renewal. I didn't disclose an OMVI from almost 10 years ago. I complied with everything in their consent agreement, except for, it was just a bit excessive. They basically executed me for a misdemeanor. That was my only crime. I left a question blank. I'm super ADHD. Like, I don't know. God only knows where my mindset was when they had shut my spa down. I was emotional. I was, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to return to the front lines. And I did. I wanted to do my part. I worked COVID units and with our elderly. And I was a great nurse. Even they hired me out as a clinical manager. I definitely paid my dues these past couple of years. I guess that's why it was so hard to kind of feel sorry for myself or see all my losses, because I was working with patients that were dying every day. It kind of kept me focused on the good and positive. I'm alive, I'm well, I have my health. I kept just saying our health is our wealth. And I just remained healthy so that I could care for others. And that was the things I got from the nursing board. So I don't know anyone that would be, I was definitely vulnerable. I was broke, homeless, destitute, working as a nurse. I move in, this realtor takes me in after my bestie and I had a falling out, lost her too. So it was kind of hard. I'm just grateful for all of the past narcissistic, toxic, abusive relationships, my training as a psych nurse, my therapy, my counseling, because it enabled me to see like the signs, the red flags, the future faking, the love bombing, the triangulation with the other girl on Facebook that he tried to the just downright abuse, his childish temper tantrums and outbursts, and his gaslighting, his smear campaigns against me. Like, it was typical textbook narcissism. So when he had discarded me 2 days after my mom's funeral, like it was expected, and I got no kind of comfort from him whatsoever. He would shut and lock the door, and, I couldn't. But it didn't hurt me because of my education. I saw those red flags and I was able to disconnect. So that's what I try to do with my abuse victims. It only hurts if you let it. If you see that these people are doing things to intentionally harm you, you got to tell yourself, they're not capable of love. Why am I loving somebody that's not capable of loving me? They lack empathy. They lack compassion. They lack accountability. They'll gaslight you. They lack emotional and intellectual maturity. How can you be sad over a personality like that? Who wants to have a relationship with somebody with those character quality traits? I really don't. It's really no loss for me. And when you look at it that way, it won't bother you. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get anything. Like, I completely can cut myself off from toxic and abusive people and no problem. When somebody hurts me intentionally as a psych nurse and mental health nurse that has worked with people, I know in my mind and in my heart that unwell, mentally unstable, people that aren't right are the ones that intentionally hurt others. Healthy, happy, secure individuals that are emotionally and intellectually mature don't hurt others. Those that belong in psych wards and prisons, they will hurt others intentionally. So that's why it's so easy for me to cut people off. I don't know. I'm just like, who needs psychos in their life, really? Move on.